If you're uneasy about getting together with family and friends and are dealing with holiday stress and anxiety, you've come to the right place. Therapist Megan Locke joins me now with some helpful tips on navigating the holidays. Welcome, Megan.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on Montana this morning. Well, despite the magic and joy that this time of year can bring, many people become stressed, depressed, and anxious around the holidays. What are some things that can lead to these feelings?
Yeah, absolutely. I think something really common that leads to these feelings, pressure. It's pressure that we put on ourselves, sometimes pressure that we get from comparing ourselves on social media, this expectation that we're supposed to have this perfect, dazzling, exciting experience, and that's just not the reality for everyone.
So what are some ways to deal with those feelings? You know, the depressed feelings, the down feelings, the stressed, anxious. What are some ways? What are some helpful tips?
Sure. Well, I think the first thing that you need to do is to identify which of those feelings you're having, right? Are you feeling stressed because of the budget this year? Are you feeling anxious because of that one family member that always asks that one thing that you don't want to talk about? So really identifying it first and coming up with a plan from there.
We talked earlier about this, and you say it's important to anticipate and then also to plan. Why don't you elaborate on that for me?
Sure. Well, if you're anticipating a tough conversation or social gathering, for example, having some boundaries and maybe even a script for yourself of what you're going to say should trouble arise. For example, you might even say to yourself in the mirror things like, I'm not willing to talk about that, or I'm sorry, I cannot do that this year. And just get yourself comfortable with laying down some boundaries.
Yeah, definitely. Well, people have a tendency to label emotions either right or wrong. What's your thoughts on that? How should we label our emotions?
Yeah, that is true, especially this time of year. It's supposed to be the happiest time of year, right? But it's so normal to have a mix of emotions. It's okay to feel really grateful and also be grieving. It's okay to be stressed and also excited. I mean, there's no right or wrong feelings.
And one thing that you would like to get across is that self-compassion is key. Can you talk about that? A lot of people, it's a new thing for them to be compassionate toward themselves.
Absolutely. I guess that starts with asking yourself, if a friend was struggling with something similar, what advice would I give them, right? Would I be so critical of my friend, like I'm being so critical of myself? So being nice to yourself and remembering that the holidays are not a test of how well you're doing in life. It's okay.
That's wonderful advice. Anything else you'd like to say, Megan?
I would just say that if anybody finds themselves really struggling with any emotion, that reaching out for professional help is always okay.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. Well, thank you so much. Once again, Megan Locke,
Thank
a
you.
therapist. Thanks for these tips. It's so important. Navigating the holidays can be really difficult.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Thanks again. We'll be right back.